Emma stood quietly behind the large marble pillar in the hotel lobby, her heart pounding in her chest. She had followed Ryan here, curious and uneasy after noticing his strange behaviour all week. Her fingers trembled slightly as she held onto her phone, afraid to make a sound. She saw Ryan standing near the elevator, glancing around nervously. Just as she wondered why he seemed so anxious, Chloe appeared from the opposite direction. Emma's breath caught in her throat. Chloe smiled brightly at Ryan, the kind of smile Emma had seen her give countless times. But something felt wrong, different. Ryan reached out and gently touched Chloe's arm, drawing her closer. Emma felt dizzy, a sudden chill spreading through her. She leaned against the pillar for support, hoping they wouldn't see her. "I told you we shouldn't meet here," Chloe whispered, but Emma could still hear every word clearly. Ryan sighed deeply, looking frustrated. "I know, but we don't have a choice. Emma's getting suspicious and we need to act fast." Emma's heart felt like it was breaking into tiny pieces. Her fiancé and her best friend. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. Chloe shook her head, a determined look in her eyes. "Emma's too trusting. She'll never suspect anything. Just keep playing your part and soon we'll have everything we want." Ryan nodded, but he still seemed worried. Emma clenched her phone tightly, feeling tears prick her eyes. But sadness soon gave way to anger, cold and sharp. They were both betraying her, thinking she was foolish and weak. Emma took a deep breath, deciding right there that she wouldn't let them win. Instead, she would pretend she knew nothing. She would smile, act soft and gentle like always. But behind that softness, Emma would start planning. She would find out exactly what they were up to, and she would make sure they regretted ever underestimating her. Emma went home that evening, trying her best to keep calm and act normal, though her heart was full of anger and pain. As she walked through the door of the apartment she shared with Ryan, she forced a gentle smile onto her face. Ryan was already home, sitting comfortably on the couch, scrolling through his phone as if nothing had happened. When he looked up, his eyes met Emma's, and for a moment she wondered how he could lie so easily. "Hey, babe," he said casually, as if he hadn't just betrayed her hours before. Emma's stomach twisted in disgust, but she hid it well, stepping toward him and giving him a soft, timid hug. She felt him stiffen slightly before relaxing, clearly convinced by her act. "How was your day?" she asked softly, keeping her eyes down as though she suspected nothing. Ryan shrugged casually, brushing a strand of hair away from her face. "Busy, as usual. Nothing special. How about you?" Emma paused, pretending to think. "Oh, just errands and some shopping," she lied, watching his expression carefully. "I ran into Chloe today too. She asked about you." Ryan's face changed slightly, just a flicker of worry before returning to a relaxed smile. "Oh, really? What did she say?" Emma kept her voice gentle, her face innocent. "Just that we should all meet up soon. I told her that sounded fun." Ryan nodded, looking relieved, and Emma felt another sharp stab of pain. He really thought she was clueless. That night, Emma lay in bed pretending to sleep while Ryan's soft breathing told her he was asleep beside her. Her mind raced with thoughts, trying to make sense of everything. She knew she had to gather evidence. She had to know exactly what they were planning, because simply confronting them wouldn't be enough. They would just deny it. Emma was hurt, but she wasn't foolish. She would be careful. As quietly as possible, she got up and went into the living room. Taking out her laptop, she began searching the internet for small hidden cameras, devices she could place around the apartment, in Ryan's car, or even in Chloe's favourite coffee shop. Her hands trembled slightly, but her mind was determined. She ordered a few tiny cameras that promised clear images and sound. It felt strange, like something from a movie, but Emma knew this was real life, and her heart depended on it. Over the next few days, Emma acted as normal as possible. She continued to be sweet and gentle with Ryan, cooking dinner, smiling at his jokes, and acting completely unaware. She saw the way he relaxed, fully believing he had fooled her. Chloe, too, acted normal. Emma met her for coffee, laughing softly, listening patiently as Chloe complained about her life. But Emma watched her carefully now, noticing the jealousy hidden in her eyes whenever Emma mentioned the inheritance her grandmother had left her. Emma had never thought much about it before, always trusting Chloe, but now she saw her friend's smiles differently. They were greedy, full of hidden desire. Finally, the tiny cameras arrived. Emma's heart raced as she carefully placed one inside a decorative vase in the living room, another in Ryan's car behind the rearview mirror, and a third in her own bedroom, hidden behind a picture frame. She knew it was risky, but she had to be thorough. Every day she would secretly review the footage when Ryan wasn't home. At first there was nothing suspicious, making Emma worry that perhaps she had misunderstood. But just as doubt crept into her heart, one evening everything changed. Emma watched on her phone screen as the camera footage from Ryan's car revealed Chloe getting in. They spoke quietly, unaware of being recorded. "Emma's been acting strange lately," Ryan said nervously. "I think she might suspect something." Chloe laughed coldly, her eyes narrowed in arrogance. "She's clueless. Even if she suspects, she's too weak to do anything. Remember, this isn't just about love. It's about getting her money. Once you marry her, we'll find a way to take it all. She'll never see it coming." Ryan sighed, nodding slowly. "I hope you're right. I'm tired of pretending with her." Emma felt sick hearing his words, but her resolve grew stronger. This wasn't just betrayal, it was greed, cruelty. She understood now that she was dealing with people who didn't care if they destroyed her. Emma leaned back, breathing deeply. She knew she couldn't act yet. She needed more proof, something undeniable, and more importantly, she needed a perfect moment to expose them. For now, she would keep pretending, keep smiling, and keep making them believe she was weak. But inside, Emma felt her strength growing. She would be patient. Ryan and Chloe had no idea that their betrayal had awoken something powerful inside her. And when the time was right, Emma would strike back in a way they would never forget. Weeks passed, and Emma continued to play her part perfectly. She cooked Ryan's favourite meals, laughed softly at his jokes, and even planned their engagement party with apparent excitement. Inside, however, she carefully gathered evidence, recording every suspicious conversation between Ryan and Chloe. Every video and audio clip she captured made her heart ache, yet each one strengthened her determination. Emma felt like she was living two lives, one filled with fake smiles, and the other filled with painful truths and hidden anger. It was exhausting, but she knew patience would pay off. One afternoon, Emma decided to test her relationship with Chloe further. She invited Chloe for lunch at their favourite cafe. Chloe arrived looking cheerful, hugging Emma warmly, acting just as kind and innocent as always. But now, Emma noticed the little things. The way Chloe glanced at Emma's expensive bag, the sparkle of envy in her eyes when Emma talked about wedding plans. They chatted casually, laughing over small things until Emma carefully brought up her inheritance again. She made it sound like she was unsure about how to manage the money, pretending she felt overwhelmed. "Sometimes I wish I didn't have all this money," Emma said softly, looking down. "It feels like too much responsibility." Chloe's eyes sharpened briefly, then she quickly softened her expression, placing a gentle hand on Emma's. "Oh, Emma, you're so lucky. Think about all the good you can do. Maybe Ryan can help you decide. He's always good with these things." Emma smiled weakly, pretending to agree, but inside she felt disgust. Chloe was using every chance to push Emma toward Ryan, making sure he stayed close to the money. Emma wondered how she had missed all these signs before. Now, every word Chloe spoke sounded fake, filled with greed and hidden intentions. After lunch, Emma returned home feeling drained but determined. She checked the latest recordings from the hidden camera in Ryan's car, hoping for more evidence. Her heart stopped when she saw Chloe again, sitting in the passenger seat arguing with Ryan. "We need to hurry up," Chloe snapped impatiently. "Emma's getting smarter. Today she was asking weird questions. She might not be as dumb as we thought." Ryan rubbed his forehead, clearly stressed. "Maybe we should just drop it. This isn't worth getting caught over." Chloe's eyes flashed angrily. "No way! We're too close. You promised we'd have her money, and you promised you'd leave her after the wedding. Don't get weak now." Emma felt her blood run cold. The betrayal was deeper than she had imagined. Ryan didn't just plan to cheat, he planned to leave her after marriage, taking her money with Chloe's help. Her anger grew, but she controlled it, focusing instead on what she needed to do next. She would need help, someone who could support her and help her plan carefully. Emma thought of Sophia, another close friend, someone she believed she could trust. Sophia had always been kind and supportive, always there for Emma. She decided she needed someone to confide in, someone who could help her stay strong and plan the perfect way to expose Ryan and Chloe. Emma called Sophia that evening, inviting her over for coffee. As they sat in Emma's cozy kitchen, Emma opened up, her voice trembling with hurt and anger as she showed Sophia the videos. Sophia listened carefully, looking shocked and saddened. "I can't believe this," Sophia said softly, holding Emma's hand tightly. "Ryan and Chloe? How could they?" Emma felt relief, finally having someone she could trust. "I want to expose them, Sophia," she said determinedly. "But I need to be careful. They think I'm weak, and I need them to keep thinking that until I have everything I need." Sophia nodded thoughtfully, promising to help however she could. Emma felt stronger, finally not alone in this battle. But what she didn't know was that as soon as Sophia left Emma's apartment, she took out her phone and texted Ryan. "We need to talk. Emma knows more than you think." Emma was unaware that Sophia, whom she trusted deeply, had secrets of her own, secrets that could put Emma's careful plan in danger. Emma continued preparing for the engagement party, carefully making sure everything appeared perfect and normal. She felt like an actress in a never-ending play, always smiling, always hiding her true feelings. She didn't know that Sophia, someone she believed was her ally, had already betrayed her. Meanwhile, Ryan and Chloe became more cautious around her. Emma noticed that Ryan watched her more closely, always trying to read her mood, asking questions like, "Are you sure you're okay?" Emma would simply smile and nod softly, pretending innocence, but inside she was curious why he suddenly seemed more worried. A few days later, Emma met Sophia again, hoping to share more about her plan to gather stronger evidence. Sophia sat across from her, sipping coffee nervously. Emma noticed Sophia seemed tense, barely looking her in the eyes. "Sophia, are you okay?" Emma asked gently. Sophia hesitated, then forced a smile. "Of course, I'm just worried about you. Are you sure about this? Maybe confronting Ryan and Chloe directly is better than this secret plan." Emma felt a sudden unease. Sophia had never questioned her like this before. "I can't confront them without proof," Emma explained patiently. "They'll just deny everything. I need something undeniable." Sophia nodded slowly but didn't look convinced. Emma's instincts warned her something was off. She decided to be careful about what she told Sophia from now on. Emma didn't want to believe her friend would betray her, but she'd already learned that trust could be dangerous. That night, when Ryan came home, he seemed strangely anxious. He kissed Emma on the cheek, avoiding her eyes. "Is something wrong?" Emma asked softly, testing him. Ryan hesitated, then gave her a fake smile. "Just Work stuff, don't worry. But Emma knew he was lying. Feeling suspicious, Emma checked her hidden cameras again the next morning, only to discover another shock. This time, Sophia was sitting in Ryan's car. Emma's heart sank as she watched the footage. Sophia looked nervous, glancing around. "Emma knows you're cheating," she whispered to Ryan. "She has videos. You need to be careful." Ryan looked furious. "Why are you telling me this?" he demanded. Sophia took a deep breath. "Because Chloe promised me part of the money if I kept Emma busy and distracted. But now Emma knows too much. If she finds out I told you, I'm finished." Emma felt her hand shake as she listened. Her friend Sophia had been involved all along, working with Chloe and betraying her. Emma's anger and hurt deepened, but there was also a new sense of clarity. She realized she was truly alone in this battle. Her closest friends and fiancé had all turned against her, driven by greed. Emma knew now she couldn't trust anyone. She had to be even smarter, more careful. If they wanted to play games, she would make sure they lost. Emma decided to change her strategy. She would act even weaker, more vulnerable, making them believe she was losing confidence. She began pretending to be forgetful, confused, and emotionally fragile. Ryan seemed relieved, thinking she was breaking down under stress. Chloe even visited Emma, pretending to comfort her, but secretly watching her carefully. Emma played along perfectly, making them think she was no longer a threat. Inside, she felt stronger than ever. Now she had an advantage. They believed she had lost control. One evening, Emma secretly contacted a private detective, someone who could help her get the last piece of solid evidence she needed. She knew she had to act fast and decisively, as Ryan, Chloe, and now Sophia were getting anxious. The detective agreed to help, promising to follow Chloe and Ryan closely. Emma felt hopeful again. Soon, she would have everything she needed to finally expose them. But what Emma didn't know yet was that Chloe had become suspicious too. Chloe, realizing Sophia might not be fully trustworthy, began watching Sophia closely as well. Now, everyone was watching everyone, trapped in a dangerous game of secrets and betrayal. Emma knew it was just a matter of time before something broke, and she planned to make sure it wouldn't be her. The detective Emma hired quickly began his work, quietly following Ryan and Chloe and gathering evidence Emma couldn't have imagined. Each evening, Emma anxiously checked her phone, hoping for updates, while still maintaining her weak, fragile act at home. Ryan became more relaxed around her, convinced she had lost hope and was no longer suspicious. But Chloe was different. She had become more alert, even cautious, realizing their plan could crumble any moment. Emma noticed Chloe's careful eyes watching her closely during their casual meetings, as though searching for signs that Emma might still be dangerous. Emma kept her act perfect, looking tired, unsure, and emotionally unstable, giving Chloe false confidence that Emma was broken. One rainy evening, Emma finally received a call from the detective. His voice was calm but serious. "I've found something important," he said. "You need to see this." Emma met him at a quiet coffee shop, her heart beating fast. He handed her an envelope with photos and a small USB drive. As she opened the envelope, her eyes widened. The photos showed Ryan and Chloe meeting with a lawyer, clearly discussing legal papers. "What's this?" Emma asked nervously. The detective looked grim. "They're discussing your inheritance. They're planning to trick you into signing papers that transfer your money to Ryan after marriage, claiming it's for your own good. Chloe is pressuring Ryan, even threatening him, saying if he backs out, she'll expose their affair herself." Emma felt anger surge through her. Their betrayal had reached a new level. They didn't just want to betray her heart. They wanted to steal her entire life. The detective nodded slowly. "There's more on the USB. You should listen carefully. Chloe is desperate and dangerous. Emma thanked him quietly, feeling scared but more determined than ever. When she returned home, she hid the evidence carefully, waiting for Ryan to sleep before plugging the USB into her laptop. She put on headphones, her heart pounding as she listened. She heard Chloe's harsh voice clearly, filled with anger. "If you don't marry her soon, she'll figure it out. You need to convince her to sign those papers quickly." Ryan sounded stressed, arguing back. "Emma's not stupid. If we rush it, she'll suspect." Chloe snapped coldly. "She's weak. Just scare her. Make her think she could lose everything without your help. Once she signs, we can finally leave her behind." Ryan hesitated, his voice softer now. "Do we have to do this? Emma doesn't deserve this." Chloe laughed cruelly. "Suddenly feeling guilty? Remember, if you back out, I'll tell her everything, including your original plan. You won't get a penny, and she'll hate you forever." Emma felt chills. Chloe wasn't just manipulating Emma, she was manipulating Ryan too. Suddenly, she saw that Ryan was also trapped, afraid of Chloe's threats. But it didn't make him innocent. He had still chosen betrayal. Emma knew she couldn't pity him. Still, she saw Chloe now as the real danger, cold and calculating. Emma knew it was time to plan carefully. Her engagement party was approaching fast, and she decided this would be her perfect moment to expose them publicly. With all this evidence, nobody could deny their guilt. Emma acted even more weak and vulnerable in the following days, deliberately telling Ryan she was worried about her inheritance, just as Chloe had instructed him to pressure her. Ryan fell into her trap, gently suggesting she sign papers to protect her assets. Emma pretended to hesitate, acting nervous. "Do you really think it's best?" she asked softly, her voice trembling. Ryan looked relieved, thinking he had won. "Trust me, Emma," he said, lying smoothly. Emma nodded, appearing defeated. "I'll think about it," she whispered, hiding her anger behind soft eyes. Meanwhile, Emma carefully made copies of all her evidence, preparing a video to expose them at the party. She invited all their friends, family, and even important business contacts. The invitations were sent, and the party was just days away. Emma felt her nerves, knowing everything depended on this moment. But she was ready. She'd been weak for too long. Now, it was time to show her strength and finally make Ryan, Chloe, and Sophia pay for all the pain they had caused. Emma knew it would be risky and dangerous, but she couldn't wait any longer. She would make sure the truth came out in the most shocking way possible, leaving no doubt who had truly been betrayed. As the day of the engagement party drew near, Emma carefully planned every detail. She spent hours making sure everything looked perfect, from the decorations to the menu, all the while maintaining her fragile act. Her smile was soft, her voice gentle, giving everyone around her the impression that she was nervous and anxious about the upcoming celebration. Ryan felt confident again, believing Emma had fully surrendered to his plan. He reassured her constantly, pretending to care deeply, always reminding her that signing those documents would protect her. Emma would nod softly each time, her eyes full of fake gratitude. She knew Ryan was desperate now, worried that Chloe might ruin everything if he failed. Chloe visited Emma more often, pretending to be supportive. Each time she came, Emma felt her anger rise, but she kept her emotions hidden. Chloe would say things like, "Emma, you seem tired. Maybe Ryan can handle the finances after you're married. It'll ease your burden." Emma would pretend to think deeply about Chloe's words, never giving any hint that she knew Chloe's real intentions. Inside, Emma wondered how Chloe could lie so easily, knowing she was planning to destroy Emma's entire life. Emma began to see Chloe as truly dangerous, a woman willing to do anything for money, even ruin her best friend. On the morning before the party, Emma met with the private detective again. he handed her final documents and videos, which proved not only Chloe and Ryan's plans, but also Sophia's involvement. It hurt Emma deeply to see her closest friend's betrayal again, but she accepted it. Emma thanked the detective sincerely, her voice steady. "I hope you get justice," he said, looking sympathetic. Emma smiled faintly, her eyes firm. "I will," she answered confidently. Returning home, she locked herself in the bedroom and carefully reviewed every piece of evidence, organizing everything into one final video. This video would be her weapon, revealing all their lies and plans to everyone at the party. Emma knew that once she exposed them, her life would change completely, but she was ready. That night, as she lay beside Ryan, pretending to sleep, she thought deeply about her life. Tears rolled down her cheeks silently as she remembered the happier times when she truly loved Ryan and trusted Chloe and Sophia. She wondered how she'd been so blind, but the sadness slowly turned into strength. She realized she wasn't that innocent girl anymore. All these betrayals had changed her, made her stronger. Emma knew that after tomorrow, nothing would ever be the same again. The day of the engagement party finally arrived. Emma woke up early, feeling nervous yet determined. She put on a beautiful white dress, carefully applied makeup, and styled her hair elegantly. Ryan watched her admiringly, thinking she was dressing up for him. He hugged her gently from behind, whispering in her ear, "Today's a big day for us, Emma. Everything will be perfect." Emma smiled softly at him in the mirror, hiding the cold anger inside her heart. "Yes, it will be perfect," she whispered back, her words holding a hidden meaning that Ryan couldn't understand. Guests started arriving in the early evening, filling the grand hall Emma had rented. There were friends, family, colleagues, and influential business people, all people Ryan valued deeply. Emma greeted everyone with warmth, keeping up her sweet, gentle appearance. Chloe arrived shortly after, wearing a glamorous dress and a confident smile. She hugged Emma tightly, whispering, "You look lovely, Emma. It's going to be a night to remember." Emma smiled back gently, feeling a chill from Chloe's cold embrace. "Yes, Chloe, I promise you. It will be unforgettable." Sophia arrived soon after, looking nervous, but hiding it behind a smile. Emma greeted her warmly, her heart aching at the betrayal. Sophia hugged Emma briefly, looking away quickly. Emma saw guilt flash through Sophia's eyes, but it was too late for apologies. As the party continued, laughter and music filled the air. Emma played her part perfectly, acting calm and happy. Inside, however, she was waiting for the perfect moment. Her heart raced every time she looked at the projector and screen she'd secretly set up at the front of the room. Only she knew what would soon be revealed there. When dinner was finished, Ryan stood up, signaling everyone to pay attention. "Thank you all for joining us tonight," he said, looking around with a charming smile. "I'm so lucky to have Emma by my side. She means everything to me." The crowd applauded warmly, but Emma felt sickened by his lies. Then Ryan turned to Emma, smiling softly. "Emma, would you like to say a few words?" Emma nodded timidly, her hands shaking slightly as she stood up. All eyes turned to her, waiting. Emma took a deep breath, looking around the room slowly. "Thank you all for being here tonight. Ryan is right. Today is indeed special, but not for the reason you think." Her voice was gentle but firm, drawing curious looks from everyone. Ryan looked confused, while Chloe stared sharply at Emma, sensing something was wrong. Emma smiled gently at the crowd, hiding her nervousness perfectly. "I've prepared a short video for tonight, a special surprise actually. I think it will explain better than words ever could." Ryan looked worried now, shifting uneasily. Chloe's face paled slightly. Emma simply smiled at both of them softly. She pressed a remote, and the large screen behind her came to life. At first, sweet music played with photos of Emma and Ryan smiling, looking happy. Guests smiled warmly, thinking it was a romantic tribute. But suddenly, the screen changed, showing grainy, hidden camera footage of Ryan and Chloe meeting secretly. Everyone gasped, murmuring in shock. Ryan's face went white as Chloe stood frozen. Emma remained calm, her voice gentle yet strong. "This is the truth about the man I was going to marry, and my best friend," she said clearly. The screen played footage of their conversation about taking Emma's inheritance. Guests looked horrified, some angry, some whispering in disbelief. Sophia appeared on screen next, revealing her betrayal. Her recorded voice echoed in the room. "Chloe promised me part of the money." Sophia stood stunned in the crowd, looking terrified. The entire hall was silent except for shocked whispers. Ryan tried to speak, but nothing came out. Chloe's eyes blazed with anger and fear. Emma faced them all calmly. "They thought I was weak, easy to fool, but they were wrong. Betrayal made me strong." Guests applauded, some cheering Emma's bravery. Ryan looked desperate, grabbing Emma's arm gently, pleading, "Emma, let me explain." Emma pulled her arm away, softly but firmly. "There's nothing left to explain, Ryan. Your own words already did." Chloe stepped forward angrily, but security guards Emma had quietly hired moved quickly, blocking her path. Emma faced the crowd again, her voice steady. "Tonight, you witnessed the truth. I've been betrayed by those I trusted most, but now I'm free. Thank you all for seeing the truth with me." Emma walked away gracefully, leaving Ryan, Chloe, and Sophia standing humiliated and exposed. She finally felt the weight lift from her heart. Tonight, she had shown everyone her strength, and she had finally won. After Emma's dramatic revelation, the hall filled with stunned silence. Slowly, whispers and gasps began to spread among the guests. Everyone turned their eyes toward Ryan, Chloe, and Sophia, who stood frozen in shock and embarrassment. Ryan tried again to approach Emma, his voice trembling and desperate. "Emma, please, listen to me. It's not what it looks like." But Emma simply turned her head slightly, her expression calm yet determined. "No, Ryan, it's exactly what it looks like. You chose betrayal. You chose greed. And now you'll live with the consequences." Chloe's face twisted with rage, and she stepped forward angrily. "You think you're so smart, Emma? You don't know anything. Ryan never loved you. He was with you only for your money." The guests gasped at Chloe's cruel words, but Emma remained poised, her eyes filled with strength. "I know, Chloe, but it was never love that blinded me. It was trust. Trust in you, in him, and in Sophia. Trust that you all destroyed. But now the truth is clear to everyone here." Chloe, embarrassed and furious, tried to say more, but the guests' judgmental eyes silenced her. Sophia began to cry, trying to apologize, stumbling over her words. "Emma, I never meant to hurt you. Chloe manipulated me. Please believe me." Emma looked at Sophia sadly, shaking her head slowly. "You had a choice, Sophia. You chose betrayal for money. There's nothing left to say." Sophia hung her head in shame, realizing she had lost her closest friend forever. Emma felt a deep sadness, but she refused to let it weaken her. This was her moment of justice, and she had fought hard for it. Slowly, the guests began to surround Emma, offering words of support and comfort. Her family hugged her tightly, proud of her bravery. Ryan's own family looked ashamed, quietly leaving the hall without looking at him. Emma watched as Ryan stood alone, completely isolated and defeated. Chloe and Sophia were escorted out by security, both humiliated and broken. Ryan lingered, still hoping Emma might forgive him. But Emma no longer felt any pity, just a deep sense of freedom. "Goodbye, Ryan," she said calmly, her voice firm. Ryan's eyes filled with tears, realizing he had lost everything. He left quietly, finally accepting defeat. After the party, news spread quickly about the shocking events. Friends and colleagues reached out to Emma, offering support and respect. Her bravery and intelligence impressed everyone. Instead of feeling embarrassed, Emma felt proud. She had turned betrayal into strength, transforming herself from a vulnerable girl into a powerful woman. She no longer needed to pretend weakness or hide her true feelings. For the first time in a long time, she felt genuine happiness. Days later, Emma met with lawyers to ensure Ryan and Chloe faced consequences for their actions. She filed charges against Chloe for attempted fraud and blackmail, providing all the evidence gathered by her detective. Ryan, although spared legal trouble, faced public humiliation and lost his reputation. Sophia moved away quietly, unable to face anyone in their social circle again. Emma, although sad about losing people she once loved, felt peace. She knew now who she truly was, someone strong enough to face betrayal and win. But just when Emma thought it was finally over, she received an unexpected message on her phone. It was anonymous, saying only, "Be careful whom you trust." "It's not over yet." Emma stared at the screen, her heart racing again. She thought the danger had passed, but this mysterious warning made her realize there might still be secrets hidden around her. Emma knew now she couldn't afford to be careless. Betrayal had made her wiser, stronger. And if there were more secrets to uncover, she was ready. She wouldn't be fooled twice. Emma's life gradually started to rebuild after the dramatic events at the engagement party. People around her admired her courage, and although she felt lonely sometimes, she knew she had done the right thing. Yet, the anonymous message haunted her. Every time her phone buzzed, she felt anxious, wondering if more betrayal was coming. Emma decided she had to stay alert, even though Ryan, Chloe, and Sophia were gone from her life. She wondered who else could betray her, who else might be hiding secrets. Determined not to live in fear, Emma took steps to secure her life. She moved into a new apartment, changing her surroundings to escape painful memories. She started a new job in a different company, wanting a fresh start away from anyone connected to her past. She grew cautious with everyone, careful about who she trusted, and careful about sharing anything personal. Her heart was guarded, but her confidence grew stronger each day. Emma learned to stand on her own, becoming independent and strong. One afternoon, Emma received another unexpected text from the same anonymous sender. This one read, "You think you won, but someone close to you still hides the truth. Be careful." Emma's heart skipped a beat. She thought deeply, wondering who else was left to deceive her. She considered everyone still in her life. Colleagues, distant family, new friends. No one seemed suspicious, but Emma had learned that appearances could be deceiving. She couldn't ignore this warning, even if it might be a cruel joke. She had to know who sent these messages. Determined to uncover this new mystery, Emma contacted the same detective who had helped her before. She showed him the messages, asking for help in tracing their origin. The detective agreed, warning her to be cautious. "You've been through a lot," he said gently. "I'll help you find answers, but please be careful." Emma nodded, appreciating his concern. She couldn't help but trust him. He had been loyal, helping her reveal Ryan and Chloe's betrayal. But now, suspicion made her question everything, even his kindness. As days passed, Emma received more messages, each more unsettling than the last. One message read, "You trust the wrong person. Soon, you'll see." Another said, "You're not safe. Secrets never die." Emma began to feel watched, always looking over her shoulder. Her life felt unstable again, but she refused to break down. This time, she wouldn't play weak. She would face whatever threat came her way with courage. Her heart had already been tested, and now it was stronger than ever. One evening, the detective finally contacted her with new information. "Emma," he said seriously, "I found the number. It belongs to someone you know. Someone you might never suspect." Emma's heart raced, fear gripping her chest. "Who?" she whispered, almost afraid to hear the answer. The detective hesitated, his voice low and concerned. "The number is registered to your cousin, Olivia. She was at your engagement party. She seemed supportive, but she might be hiding something." Emma felt shocked. Olivia was family, always sweet and supportive. She never considered that Olivia could betray her. Confused and hurt, Emma decided to confront Olivia directly. She called Olivia, asking to meet. They sat in a quiet cafe, Olivia smiling softly, unaware Emma knew her secret. Emma kept her voice gentle but firm. "Olivia, I received strange messages warning me that someone close is betraying me. Those messages came from your number." "Why?" Olivia's face paled instantly, her eyes filled with shock and fear. She stammered, trying to deny it, but Emma remained calm and serious. "Please, Olivia, tell me the truth." Olivia finally broke down, tears streaming down her face. "I'm sorry, Emma. Chloe threatened me. She found out something I did in the past. Something illegal. She blackmailed me into scaring you, hoping it would keep you distracted, worried, weak. Chloe still wants revenge." Emma felt anger and sympathy all at once. Olivia was yet another victim of Chloe's cruelty, forced into betraying Emma out of fear. Emma felt exhausted, wondering how many people Chloe had manipulated. Emma thanked Olivia for being honest, promising to help her if she told everything to the authorities. Olivia agreed, relieved to finally stop hiding. Emma, however, knew this meant Chloe was still dangerous, even from afar. She knew she had to put an end to it once and for all. Emma gathered all evidence again, determined to make Chloe face the law. Betrayal had taught Emma not just strength, but resilience. She would never be weak again, and this time Chloe would understand that once and for all. Emma knew that to end Chloe's threats once and for all, she needed to be careful, strategic, and thorough. Chloe had already caused enough damage, manipulating Ryan, Sophia, and now Olivia, proving that she was willing to hurt anyone to achieve her twisted goals. Emma felt a heavy responsibility, not only to protect herself, but also those around her who had been hurt or controlled by Chloe's actions. It was no longer just about betrayal. It was about stopping someone truly dangerous. Emma felt stronger than ever, her mind clear and determined. Emma and Olivia went together to the detective's office, presenting everything they knew. Olivia tearfully recounted how Chloe had threatened to expose her secret crime from years ago, a mistake she deeply regretted. The detective listened carefully, gathering notes and advising them on what steps to take next. "This is serious," he said gravely. "Chloe's blackmail and threats are crimes. She's dangerous. We need strong evidence to ensure she can't escape justice this time." Emma nodded firmly, already knowing what she had to do. She had faced Chloe once, and she would face her again, but this time she wouldn't hesitate or show mercy. With the detective's help, Emma devised a plan to trick Chloe into revealing herself. Emma knew Chloe's weakness, her greed, her desire for money and control. She decided to send Chloe an anonymous message, pretending to be an ally offering information about Emma's financial assets. Chloe, desperate and still hungry for revenge, quickly responded, unaware she was walking into Emma's carefully set trap. Emma arranged a secret meeting, using a disguised voice and burner phone. Chloe agreed, thinking she was finally getting the upper hand on Emma again. The meeting place was a quiet park at night, somewhere private yet open enough to stay safe. Emma felt nervous, but determined as she prepared. She wore a small recording device, ensuring every word would be captured as evidence. The detective would watch from a distance, ready to intervene if Chloe tried anything dangerous. Emma arrived early, her heart racing. The cool night air felt heavy, and she tried to stay calm. Soon, Chloe arrived, looking suspicious and alert. Emma had disguised herself slightly, wearing a hooded jacket and dark glasses to prevent Chloe from recognizing her immediately. Chloe stepped closer, glancing around nervously. "Who are you?" she demanded coldly. Emma kept her voice low, steady. "I know you want Emma's money. I have information that can help you get it, but it'll cost you." Chloe narrowed her eyes, clearly suspicious, but too greedy to walk away. "How do you know about Emma?" Chloe asked sharply. Emma smiled faintly, hidden beneath her hood. "Let's just say I'm close enough. I know you failed before, but I know a way for you to get everything, if you pay me." Chloe hesitated, looking around again, clearly considering the risk. But greed won out. "Fine," she snapped. What's your price?" Emma took a deep breath, knowing she was close. "First, tell me what you have on Olivia. Why did you make her threaten Emma?" Chloe laughed bitterly, looking smug. "Olivia, she's weak. I found out she committed fraud years ago, stealing from her old company. I threatened to expose her unless she scared Emma, kept her on edge. I needed Emma worried, distracted. It almost worked." Emma's heart sank hearing this, but she kept her composure. She had Chloe's confession recorded, the first part of solid evidence. "Now," Chloe continued impatient, "tell me your plan. How can I finally get Emma's money?" Emma paused, knowing she had to get Chloe to say everything clearly. "First, I need proof you won't double-cross me. I heard you blackmailed others, Sophia, Ryan. I need assurance." Chloe scoffed, clearly annoyed. "Those idiots were easy. Ryan fell in love with me, then got cold feet. Sophia was greedy, but scared. I promised them both money. Ryan would marry Emma, then we'd transfer her inheritance. Sophia helped distract Emma, but they were fools. They failed. This time I'm doing it alone. No mistakes." Emma felt relief. She had gotten Chloe's full confession. But just as she was about to end the meeting, Chloe's eyes sharpened, looking closely at Emma. "Wait a minute," Chloe said suddenly, stepping closer. "Take off your hood. Let me see your face." Emma's heart skipped a beat. She knew Chloe was becoming suspicious. "I don't think so," Emma said calmly, stepping back slightly. Chloe's face turned angry, her voice rising. "Who are you? Are you recording this?" Chloe lunged forward, grabbing at Emma's hood. Emma stepped back quickly, but Chloe managed to pull her hood down, revealing Emma's face. Chloe's eyes widened in shock, then narrowed with rage. "Emma, you tricked me!" she screamed furiously. Emma stepped back carefully, aware of Chloe's dangerous anger. "It's over, Chloe. You confessed everything. The police know everything now. You'll never hurt me or anyone again." Chloe's face turned red with fury, her voice shaking. "You think you're clever, Emma. You ruined my life. You'll pay." Chloe lunged at Emma, desperate and wild. Just as Chloe grabbed Emma's arm, the detective appeared quickly, pulling Chloe away forcefully. "That's enough, Chloe. It's over," he said firmly. Chloe struggled, screaming threats and insults as police cars arrived swiftly, lights flashing. Emma stood quietly, watching as Chloe was arrested, finally facing justice. Chloe yelled angrily at Emma, her voice filled with hate. "You think this is the end. You think you won. I'll never forgive you. You'll never be safe." Emma watched silently, her heart heavy but relieved. Chloe's threats no longer scared her. Emma had faced her worst fears, her deepest betrayal, and emerged stronger. Chloe was finally paying for everything she had done, and Emma had made sure of it. As the police took Chloe away, the detective gently approached Emma, putting a comforting hand on her shoulder. "You did well, Emma. It's finally over." Emma nodded slowly, breathing deeply. "I hope so," she whispered softly, feeling the weight lift from her shoulders. Emma knew there might still be struggles ahead, but she was no longer afraid. Betrayal had taught her strength, resilience, and courage. She knew now that no matter what happened, she could face it. Emma had turned her pain into power, finally freeing herself from the past. Yet, deep in her heart, a quiet voice warned her to remain careful. Chloe's words lingered, reminding Emma that revenge sometimes never truly ended. Still, Emma stood tall, ready for whatever came next. No longer weak, no longer pretending. She was strong, and she would never let betrayal control her life again. After Chloe's arrest, Emma's life finally began to find peace. The days that followed were quiet but healing. She received countless messages of support from friends, colleagues, and even strangers who had heard her story and admired her bravery. The wounds of betrayal still hurt, but each day became easier. Emma knew she had overcome something deeply painful, something that had changed her forever. She was no longer the naive, trusting girl she once was. She had grown into a strong, independent woman who refused to be a victim ever again. Ryan, humiliated and abandoned, left the city quietly. Emma heard through mutual acquaintances that he moved far away, seeking a new start where nobody knew his past mistakes. Part of Emma still felt sadness for him. He had once been someone she deeply loved, but she knew forgiveness did not mean forgetting. Ryan had chosen his path, and Emma had chosen hers. She wished him no harm, but she would never allow him back into her life. It was a chapter that she had closed for good. Sophia had disappeared completely, cutting ties with everyone they knew. Emma later heard that Sophia moved abroad, ashamed and seeking a fresh start. Emma often wondered how Sophia's life might have turned out if she had made different choices. She felt a quiet sadness about losing a friend she had loved deeply, but Emma had learned a valuable lesson. Trust was fragile, and betrayal could break even the strongest bonds. Still, Emma chose not to carry bitterness in her heart. She preferred to remember Sophia as the friend she once cherished, not the enemy she became. Olivia found strength in Emma's courage and decided to face her own past mistakes. She confessed to the authorities about her fraud years ago, accepting responsibility and agreeing to make amends. Emma supported Olivia through the entire process, understanding better than anyone how fear and manipulation could make people weak. Olivia's honesty and courage made Emma proud. Their bond grew stronger, built on mutual trust, honesty, and genuine friendship. Emma knew that even in betrayal, there could be redemption and healing. Chloe's trial attracted attention, her crimes becoming public. She faced serious charges of blackmail, fraud, and attempted theft. Chloe's own family refused to support her, feeling shame and disappointment. Emma attended the trial, not out of spite, but for closure. She watched quietly as Chloe sat in court, once arrogant and cold, now defeated and broken. When Chloe finally received a long prison sentence, Emma felt neither joy nor sadness, just a sense of justice. Chloe had chosen her path, and now she faced the consequences. Emma realized in that moment that revenge did not bring happiness. It was justice and peace that truly healed wounds. Months passed, and Emma slowly rebuilt her life. She focused on her new career, dedicating herself to meaningful work that made her feel valued. Her colleagues admired her strength, and she found new friendships based on trust and honesty. Yet Emma was cautious now, careful with her heart and with her trust. Betrayal had changed her forever, but she chose not to let it harden her. Instead, she became wiser, choosing carefully whom she let close. One evening, as Emma sat alone on her apartment balcony, watching the sunset, she reflected on her journey. Tears filled her eyes as memories flooded her mind: love, betrayal, loss, and strength. She realized she had been broken and rebuilt, stronger than ever. The pain of betrayal had reshaped her heart, teaching her lessons no book could ever teach. She was no longer a victim of her past, but a survivor, thriving despite the scars. Emma knew now that her true strength had come from facing her fears, standing up for herself, and refusing to let betrayal destroy her spirit. Emma eventually allowed love into her life again, cautiously but bravely. She met David, a kind and honest man who understood her fears and respected her boundaries. David's patience and genuine care helped Emma heal the final wounds. Slowly, she learned to trust again, not blindly, but wisely. Their love grew strong, built on honesty, mutual respect, and true partnership. Emma realized that betrayal had taught her what real love should look like: gentle, honest, and supportive. 1 year later, surrounded by close friends and family, Emma and David got married in a quiet, beautiful ceremony. As she stood at the altar, looking into David's sincere eyes, Emma felt deep happiness and peace. She knew she had found a love she deserved, one built on trust, understanding, and genuine care. Betrayal had not broken her. It had prepared her for this moment, for a love that would never deceive her. Emma promised herself never to be weak again, never to pretend or ignore the truth. She would always face life honestly, even when it hurt. In the years that followed, Emma's story inspired others. She shared her experiences openly, helping women and men who had faced betrayal find courage and strength. She became a symbol of hope, showing that betrayal did not have to define one's life. She found purpose in helping others heal, turning her pain into power. Emma realized that her struggles had not been in vain. They had shaped her into someone strong enough to support others, giving her life deeper meaning. Emma's journey had been painful, filled with heartache and betrayal, but it had ended with peace, wisdom, and love. She learned that strength did not come from never falling, but from rising again, stronger and wiser. Betrayal taught her that trust was precious, love was powerful, and truth was liberating. As Emma held David's hand, looking out at the horizon, she felt gratitude for everything she had faced. Her heart, once broken by betrayal, was now filled with strength, love, and hope. Her story was proof that even after the darkest storms, a new, beautiful beginning was always possible. Thank you all for listening to this story with our channel. If you enjoyed it, please give us a like and subscribe to motivate us to bring more interesting stories. Much love to all of you.